Welcome back to the Awesome Agents podcast. Today we are talking about what might be the wildest corporate merger in history.
Yeah, SpaceX and xAI are now one company valued at $1.25 trillion. That is trillion with a T.
So walk me through this. Elon Musk basically merged his rocket company with his AI company. Why?
The official rationale is orbital data centers. Musk wants to put AI compute infrastructure in space.
Okay, I need you to say that again because I want to make sure I heard it right.
You heard it right. SpaceX filed with the FCC to launch up to 1 million satellites for what they call an orbital data center constellation.
1 million satellites. That is a lot of satellites.
It is an absurd number. For context, there are roughly 10,000 active satellites in orbit right now. They want to put these between 500 and 2,000 kilometers up in low Earth orbit.
And the idea is these satellites would run AI workloads. How does that even work?
The pitch is simple on paper. In space, you get near constant solar power and free cooling from the vacuum. No electricity bills, no water for cooling, no land use.
That does sound appealing when you put it that way. What is the catch?
Latency is the big one. Your data has to travel to space and back, and the deployment timeline is completely unproven. We are talking years, maybe a decade.
So this is not replacing your AWS instance next quarter.
Not even close. And honestly, the more immediate story here is the financial engineering, not the space engineering.
Okay, let us talk about the money. How does the deal actually work?
Each xAI share converts into about 0.14 shares of SpaceX. That values xAI at 250 billion and SpaceX at roughly a trillion. All stock, no cash.
And there is an IPO coming?
Reportedly targeting mid-June 2026. Could raise $50 billion. That would be nearly double the Saudi Aramco IPO, which was the biggest ever.
Who benefits the most from this structure?
Musk himself, clearly. He owns huge stakes in both companies. But xAI investors also get a lifeline. xAI was burning cash fast, trying to compete with OpenAI and Anthropic.
Right, I was going to ask about that. Grok has been growing, but it is still a distant competitor.
Exactly. Grok recently hit about 18% US market share, which sounds okay until you realize ChatGPT still dominates. Folding into SpaceX gives xAI investors a path to liquidity.
Now, there are losers here too, right? I saw Tesla shareholders are not thrilled.
Yeah, Tesla put $2 billion into xAI's last funding round and sold them $430 million in battery storage. There is an active lawsuit alleging Musk used Tesla's balance sheet to prop up his private ventures.
And Tesla just had its second straight year of declining vehicle sales.
Which makes the optics even worse. Where is the CEO's attention? On cars or on putting data centers in orbit?
Gary Marcus compared this to the Solar City acquisition. That is not a flattering comparison.
No, it is not. He called it fundamentally a rescue operation, and he pointed out xAI is trading at roughly 1,000 times revenue versus SpaceX at 60 times.
1,000 times revenue. That is creative accounting.
Let us call it aspirational pricing. The bet is that the combined entity is worth more than the parts. Vertical integration of rockets, satellites, AI, and social media.
And the safety angle? I know there have been concerns about xAI's approach there.
Multiple co-founders have left. At least 11 engineers from the safety team are gone. Sources have described safety as a dead org at xAI.
That is concerning, especially when you're talking about scaling compute to, space.
Right. More compute without safety guardrails is not something the AI community is excited about.
So big picture, where does this leave the competitive landscape? OpenAI is raising 100 billion, Anthropic just closed 30 billion.
It is the most capital-intensive arms race we have ever seen in tech. But Musk's play is the most unconventional. Everyone else is building bigger data centers on Earth. He wants to build them in orbit.
It is either the most visionary move in tech history or the most expensive distraction. I guess public markets get to decide soon.
Mid-June, if the timeline holds, grab your popcorn.
That is going to be quite the show. Thanks for breaking it down, Maya, and thanks to all of you for listening. We will see you next time on the Awesome Agents podcast.